So 13.6, last lesson of the unit. Actually, last lesson of the year. No, yeah. Because then after this we start reviewing for the finals. Okay? I know, we have to finish this one. So the last congruence theorem is angle, angle, side. Okay, so that means when we flip the page, we are looking for two angles and then an adjoining side. Okay, so the angle, side congruence theorem state that if two angles and a non-included side are congruent to the corresponding angles and the corresponding non-included side, then the triangles are congruent. So as long as we have two angles and any side, we can also say that they are congruent. The non-included side is a side that is not between the two angles. Okay? So this is probably what, remember when you guys were doing side, angle, side, and you were trying to do it with any two sides and any angle, but I said it wouldn't work? With two angles and any side, it does work. So you can use two angles in the included side. You can use two angles and any of the two non-included sides. So really, as long as you have two angles and any side, it's going to work. You just have to make sure that you know which theorem you're using so you can label it the right one. Okay? So let's do a construction with this one, and then we'll do some distance formula to prove it, and then we're done. Okay? So we need to construct ABC, and I'm giving you angle A and angle C. So what do you guys think the first step will be?
Draw the line.
Draw the line. That's always the easiest one, right? So let's construct the starter line. So what we're going to do is we're going to first construct angle A and angle C. So we're not going to construct AB yet. So in order to construct angles A and angle C, let's do right in the middle, point A. So right in the middle, let's do point A, and let's construct A. So remember, we draw arc, any size, and then same thing on point A, we draw an arc, any size, or the same size as what we just did. And then what's the next step in duplicating the angle? Well, we have to finish duplicating angle A first.
Oh,
measure the distance, the width, and then do that over here. Okay, and then draw that line. Okay. Here's what I want you guys to do next. Now let's do angle C, but we're going to draw it right on top of angle A. So we're going to use this line that we just drew to make angle A as the base for angle C. We've done this once before, remember? So do the exact same thing, draw an arc through angle C, and then have you guys follow along with me. Okay. So draw your arc through angle C. And then using that same distance, put the point on angle A and draw another arc. Or on point A, I guess I should say. But we're going to use this line as our base for angle C. So then we're going to measure the width here. And then measure the width, and then using where that arc intersected again. So this is going to be our base for angle C. So when we draw this line, here's angle C. I'm sorry, angle A. Whoa, I just totally labeled it wrong. This guy is angle C. So this guy has to be which angle? B. So we had to find angle B in order for us to construct the triangle. Okay?
So you put the width.
So we put the width on this line,
So
that this angle in between would be angle C. So now that we have angle A, angle B, and angle C, we can actually construct the triangle. And the reason that we had to go in this order is because they gave us A, B, the segment. So we didn't have anywhere to put angle B. Does that make sense? We can't put angle C where point B is. So now we have enough angles and enough sides to construct. So let's do another starter line, and I would put it all the way down at the bottom. And this time we can call it AB. So let's put A here, and then will you guys duplicate segment AB? So the width of AB, and then we can duplicate the segment down here. So that should be the easy part, right? Okay. And then we have to duplicate angle A right here, and duplicate angle B right here, and that will give us our triangle. So let's duplicate angle A. I'm actually going to use the same width opening as I did the first time. So I'm going to open my compass back to the arc that I made the very first time, and I'm going to make that arc again at the bottom of my paper. Okay, and then remember the next step is to open up the width and then measure the width here. So that would give us this guy as angle A. And I would make sure your line extends pretty far out, because if I'm correct, this is going to be a pretty large triangle. That's angle A. Angle B, we're going to construct the exact same way, except that we have to do it off of the drawing that we made. So I'm going to open my compass. I'm going to use the arc that's already drawn. So open my compass to the arc that's already drawn. And then I'm going to duplicate that arc down below. And then the last step is to measure the width. So from the intersection point to B, that's going to be my intersection point here. So, and this one is pretty wide, so here, and mine actually did not intersect yet. So let me double check. So this guy I have to redraw. Where is he going? So they should have intersected. Mine didn't. I think I made my arcs too big. Did anybody else? Yours didn't? Okay, let's go smaller. Technical difficulties sometimes. Okay, I'm going to go smaller. So let's do this size. So B, here, here. And I guess I'll make a whole circle just in case. And then the width goes from here to here. So from here to here, and then from here to here. There, this time they intersect. Okay, So then when we draw our point, or our line, your two lines should intersect, and guess what that intersection point is? C. So there's your triangle ABC. This is difficult because they gave us angle A and angle C, and this side, AB, which is not the included side. So that's why that was so difficult. Okay.
How did you make the...
So what I want you all to get out of this is if you look at your triangle, look at the person, their triangle next to you. Do your triangles look congruent? They should. Or look at your triangle compared to my triangle. Do they look congruent? Well, mine is bigger because it's on the projector. Okay, they should look congruent because everybody used the same angle, angle A and angle C, and everybody used side AB. So that is the angle, side congruent, meaning that you can have any two angles and any side, and your triangles will be congruent. So you do not have to use the included side anymore. Okay, so that's the angle, side. The second part of the problem, we were going to, and I'm just going to walk you guys through it because I told you we'd be done by 8:30. We were going to draw a triangle, reflect it, and then give all of the measurements of the angles and the sides. We have been doing this a lot. So what I'm going to let you guys do today is I'm going to let you start the homework where you will be doing some of that, and that's how you will get your practice here in class, by working on the skills practice together. Does that sound fair? You guys cool with that? Okay. So instead of us doing the notes in the book, we're going to do number 2 together on your homework, and then you guys have the rest of the period, okay? So we need to determine if triangle GHJ, so remember the order in which you list the triangle is important, is congruent to triangle KLM, using angle, side. So the first thing let's do is let's determine which two angles we want to prove congruent first. So which two angles do you guys want to do?
J and M.
J and M. What is the measurement of angle J? 90. So is angle J congruent to angle M? Yes. So we would say angle J congruent to angle M, which is 90 degrees. Now we have to pick another angle because this is angle, side. So which angle do you guys want to do? K. Okay, so if we're doing angle K, which one corresponds to angle K? Angle G. So let's measure angle G. Angle G is, I'm getting 60. Anybody else getting 60? Okay, so let's say angle G is 60. And then let's measure angle K. Is angle K 60? I'm getting just under 60, but that doesn't mean. Yeah, I'm getting under 60. Is anybody else getting under 60? So I got angle G is 60 degrees. What did we get as angle K? 55? Okay, so angle K is 55 degrees. So so that's our two angles that we chose. Which side do you guys want to do? Do you want to do GJ or do you want to do JH? Well, we want to at least give enough. Tom says, can't we just stop? Technically, yes, you can, but let's do a sign. Pick a side.
Oh.
GJ? Okay, now remember, guys, is GJ the included side or not?
No.
We did this angle and this angle.
Oh, yeah.
GJ is the included side, so let's not use that one. So let's use JH, because we're not doing angle, side, angle. So JH is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And what side corresponds to JH? LM. And what is LM? 8. So are the two triangles congruent? No. So right, not congruent. So what you guys, when you're doing this today, please do not use the included side. So how we originally wanted to use GJ, but it's the included side, we're not using the included side this time. So you have to use a different side than the included one. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, because tomorrow we're going to be putting angle, side angle, and angle, angle, side together, and you're going to have to tell me which one you're using depending on which side you're using. So that's the very last lesson tomorrow. So today you are doing 1 through 12, and we'll check it tomorrow. Okay, so you guys have the rest of the period to work on that with your groups.